Hey there, Robbie Susan Chandler here at RobbieSusansCardsandCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Quincy, Florida, right outside Tallahassee, Florida. Today I'm here to share this beautiful gold and white card with you that's what I called a bookbind with the Z-fold. You see that edge here, it's adhered down like a bookbind, kind of like a bookbind card would be. But then I put a little fold back here to make it look like a Z-fold. So it look like this from the top. From the front, when it's closed in, it looks like this, and it opens up like this. So let's take a look at our pieces and see how we put this card together. Alright, to begin with, you're going to start with a piece of thick basic white. It's 11 by 4 1/4, and you're going to score it at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, 5 1/2. This was my computer sheet piece that I used to figure out my score lines when I was planning this card. And here is the real piece. Now I have put some glue on the back of this and tried to glue this down. For some reason, sometimes the glue doesn't want to stick, and sometimes tear and tape is better. But I've glued the book fold down, and I went on and stamped my inside. Now the inside of this one was a You're in My Thoughts, and I used the one from Heartfelt Hexagon. Well, no, this one has Sincere Sympathy. This is not the one I used. Sorry. You're in My Thoughts actually came from Softly Sophisticated. So the flower here that I used on both of them came from Painted Lavender. And this sentiment that I'm using today, because I kind of felt like this looked like an anniversary, wedding, so I chose to use one out of Everyday Details called Wishing You So Much Joy on This Special Day. Alright, so let's see. We've got this part glued down and we've got this folded back. So let's start adding some little gold pieces on the side. Now these are 4 by 1 1/8 inch. And I have 2 of them. And they are from the pack that's in the mini catalog called Nature Sweetness. And it's this sheet, and there's all kinds of really pretty pieces in this one. So let's go ahead and put those down. Now this one, the one on the left, is just going to go right down on that bookbind fold where we adhere that down to give it the bookbind look. Let me scoot it over a little bit. There we go. And then this one I just placed over on the right side to kind of equal out the look. So just a little bit of border. And let me scoot it down a bit. That's what I like about the liquid glue. I can scoot this thing around. Okay, so there is that piece. Now, the piece I put on the middle here, I start with a piece of wild wheat, and it is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2, and it's actually going to go down right here. But before I do that, I want to put my pretty piece on it, what I call the pretty piece, the gold piece. This piece actually is from a celebration set called Most Adored. So if you want this paper, you're going to have to get it before Thursday, because this is celebration free with a $50 order. So keep that in mind. Of course, you know, with this fold, you can use any papers you want to, and it's going to look beautiful. So let's put that down on this one. So this piece was 4 by 3 1/4, and the one underneath is 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. Oh, look, it wants to slide. All right, let's get you straight. There we go. All right, now to put this on the front, you just want to put your glue all over this piece right here. Don't try to put it on the back of the wild wheat piece, because there's no telling where it'll end up. So you want to aim this right down on top, and you want to center it. You want to try to center it right between these 2 gold designer pieces. Okay, there we go. Alright, just like that. Okay, so see, that's how we have to fold out. Oops, there's my fold here not wanting to stick again. I'm going to have to put some tear and tape on that. But anyway, there's that. Now let's decorate the front. The first piece I cut was from Lifetime of Love dies, and I used this piece, but I only used the curved part here, and it looks like this. And the paper I used was the More Dazzle specialty paper that's in the annual catalog, and I used the gold piece. Now to put this down, I would advise putting the leaf down first, just because if you put the curve down and the curve too low, you can't get your leaf on there. And with the curve, you kind of needed to bring this out a little bit. So what I like to do, now I know everybody has their own method of doing this kind of fine cut dies like this. Some people put it on with a little sponge, a dauber. Some people use the two-sided paper. But in this case, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here and there and a lot in the bigger openings. And just stick this down here like this. Now I'm going to press it down for just a minute to get it to stick. And we have one more piece we're going to put on here. While I'm holding that, I'll show you what the piece I'm going to use. It's just a piece of gold foil, and it's 2.5 by 1/2. And let me show you what we're going to do with it. There we go. This embossing folder is called Thoughtful Moments, and it cuts and embosses at the same time. So basically what you do, you put your little gold strip right here, and we found it helped if you put a little piece of tape and folded it over. And when you look through the other side, you can see the gold showing between underneath it, just because. You run it through the Big Shot and wait till you see what you get. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It embosses and cuts at the same time. So now let's just put this on our card. I'm going to put a few mini dimensionals on the back, as it's kind of small. And, you know, and I really love the way the foil embosses in that, but you can also use just paper and ink, and I'll show you some examples of that in just a second. Let me get this down. Alright, so I'm just going to stick this up here at the top, just like that, and there we go. There's our card. Opens up. Wishing you so much joy on this special day. And I was going to show you some other examples. For example, here's one that is just inked up on the, you ink the raised side. Check this out. You can ink up over here. You ink that up, put your paper down, and then when you cut it, you get this look. Here's another one that you can get, Thinking of You. And then here's another one with the foil. And then here's the thank you cut with some foil paper. So those are some other ideas that you can use this folder with. It's really a pretty cool folder. So here we have our card. It's pretty easy, quick, and I think very pretty. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Just click on my picture below, and there's a free tutorial download for you in the links below the video. And if you haven't liked my video, please like it. And until next time, happy crafting!